Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first video, hi, I'm Alaina, and this is The Organized Money, where we talk about planning, productivity, organization, and managing money. If that interests you, then make sure that you click that subscribe button, as I would love for you to be a part of our little family. Today's video is going to be a budget review. I'm going to be showing you how last week's budget kind of worked out, and also just kind of going over my overview of my categories and talking through what I'm going to do better next week. So if you haven't seen this planner, this is my happy planner, and it is Franken planned. So I have 5 sections in here, and now I'm just flipping over to my budget notebook, which this is the budget notebook by Happy Planner, and we are currently planning the second week of January, and this is how my budget came out last week. Showing y'all the overview of everything. I have already kind of started checking off the things that I paid against my entire budget plan, and I'm just going to continue that process. And then I'm going to add up all of my categories and kind of see how we did. We did get a little off track this week because we had a lot of different things happen. I ended up having to have my tires replaced. I ended up getting a flat tire, and so that cost like $170. And we also had some unexpected days where we were not able to get home in time to make dinner, so we ended up going out to eat, I think once. But we're going to talk about all of that. So the first thing that I'm going to do is actually write down all of the expenses that I did on each day. As you can see, I did Monday and Tuesday, but I need to do Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So let's go ahead and do that now. So I have added all of my expenses in. We did a lot more eating out than I originally thought. So now I'm going to add up all of my categories, and I'm going to be doing that by using another sheet and adding it behind this one. So just to give you an overview of how I set up my budget, these are all of my expenses for the week. So basically when I budget, I will add everything the exact way that I have it planned out. And then when I write on the exact days, this is actually what happens on that day. So if I'm able to do one of these things, I'll check it off here and then write it down on the day that it actually occurs. On the back of this half sheet, I have all of my cash envelopes and the continuation of my bills. So this is just basically kind of how I have it set up. I do have my sinking funds. I was trying to put everything over into my sinking funds account and then move it over as I need it. I'm still trying to figure out that system because this past week, the week before, it kind of really did work. This past week, it kind of didn't. So I'm still trying to figure it out, but I do enjoy saving a little bit at a time for a particular expense. I'm just trying to still figure out exactly how that's going to work for me. So now I'm going to add in this half sheet and then add up all of my categories and see how we did overall. So I'll come back and tell you about that. Okay, so let's talk about what happened this week in my weekly review. This is my weekly review. It's a half sheet that I am doing, and I'm starting to add it into my weekly budget because it allows me to kind of see how we did this week. I have a weekly goal of spending about $2,000 based on our income. And the only exception with that is trying to save more, as I possibly can. Of course, my goal is to save $100 to $200 a week because that would be 10% of our income, and then the rest would go to expenses. This week we did end up going over. A majority of that was due to our business expenses for this week, so it kind of doesn't count, but I would still like to have everything to be close to $2,000 for the week. So let me show you or go through everything that kind of happened, and I'm also going to tell you a little bit about my keys here. So what I did is I added up every expense that I had on my budget for this week, and this is my weekly review. I saved $275, which was really good because I had only budgeted to save $100 for this upcoming week. So I was actually able to save an extra $175, and that was due to some extra income coming in. With that, I always put an arrow up, because if I put an arrow up, then that means we were like over the actual budgeted amount, which is good in this case when it comes down to savings, but it's bad when it comes down to any of our expenses. Our investment, we saved $70 toward investing, and that is equal to the amount that I was expected to save this week. For gas, we were over gas by $4.68 because I had budgeted $80 and we actually spent $84. For maintenance, I did not have this budgeted. It was unexpected flat tire, and so I had to pull from our savings account $170. For insurance, we spent $360, and that was actually equal to what we spend every single month. For our household expenses, we paid the mortgage weekly, which is equal, so it's $354. The gas was about what I expected it to be, and we didn't pay for any other utilities this week, so that's what equal to the $430.35. Lifestyle is kind of where we went sideways here, because as you can see, I spent $218.24 on groceries, and I think I'd only expected to spend like $100 or like $75, something crazy that just was not gonna happen. Eating out, I know that eating out was supposed to be like $50, but it was supposed to be $40, but when I got the flat tire, we ended up having to move a whole bunch of stuff around. We didn't get home in time. It was just a bunch of different things going on last week, so I always give us grace. We ended up spending like $270 this week eating out, because that's kind of how it is with my family. Once something goes wrong, we just be like, forget it for the week and let's try again next week. So it's okay, we'll get back on track this week. So we spent $272 there. Life insurance, $85. And then we have some additional subscriptions like Hulu. We spent $5 on iTunes. The kids did not get their hair done this week, so we didn't spend any money there. My husband did get a haircut, so it's $25. And I did not get my nails done this week. It will probably go into next week. The total there was the $618, and that is a majority of food. We spent a lot on food, probably close to $400 in 1 week, which is absolutely horrible. So we'll definitely have to get back on track with that. And that's mainly because we purchased groceries and still ate out. Usually if I'm able to, buy money on groceries, then we won't eat out as much. It just did not happen this week. For my business expenses, I did have my payroll, marketing, I ended up paying twice for something that I was only supposed to, it was my marketing with Google, and I ended up spending like $70 twice, and that's only because I made a mistake and pressed the payment twice. But that's okay, I'll just have a credit with them and be able to use it until next month. And then I have a software, which, you know, I am an accountant. So I deal with numbers on a daily basis, and I have accounting software, and I pay a subscription for that. So the $451 was my weekly business expenses. And then down here, I have a breakdown of my total home expenses, total business expenses, and my overall total. Like I said, this overall total, I would like it to be down to about $2,000 a week, but that extra $460 is more likely because we ate out so much in this week. This eating out and spending money on groceries is what basically led to the overage. So since I can pinpoint the issue, I know that we can fix it for next week. So that's basically it for this week. I am probably going to increase our grocery budget because I know I have on here 75. I really would like to get our grocery budget down to this number, but I think it's a really lofty goal right now. We still have a lot going on, so I think I'm gonna just have to try and decrease it a little bit. Not doing the 218, that's pretty high, but not doing 75 either. I might try and bring it back up to 150 and see how we do there, because that's the basis of budgeting, guys. If you try it and you try a number and it doesn't work, then you may have to adjust some other categories and see what works out for you and your family. So that is it for this budget with me. As you can see, I have all of my numbers figured out, and then at the end of the month, what I'll do is I'll go through and add up and see how I do for the entire month. So I'm probably gonna post my next week's budget on tomorrow, and that will be it for this video. I hope you guys have liked this video. If y'all want to see more budget with me, budget reviews where I kind of tell you about last week and how we are doing and how we are planning for the next week, then definitely let me know. Like this video, make sure that you head over and follow me on Instagram at The Organized Money, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.